Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Skyrim Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the affordable housing Whiterun mod, which is being made by user Zap and Drathis. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a lovely little lore-friendly starter home for you to use in the form of the Signet Cottage. And it is a lovely, as mentioned, though very basic starter home, very bare bones in every way, shape, and form, but still a nice, easy to gather home that you can get pretty early in the game in a good location in the world. Now, as for specifically where we of course are in Whiterun in the Cloud District, which you may be thinking, how in the world are we going to afford a starter home, even if it's this tiny little cottage, in the Cloud District? Well, personally, I like to think of it this way. Sure, we're in the Cloud District, but perhaps not the most desirable part considering Hall of the Dead and, you know, Graveyard. That's at least my thinking on the matter, but there is at the very least a lore reason why this is here. And to get said lore reason, as well as buy the home, you're gonna have to head over to Belethor's General Goods, and on the counter, sometimes it spawns on the floor though, you'll find a note talking about why they made this place. Basically, they want more people in the town, and they decided to build a cottage, and for some reason give Belethor control over the cost. So yeah, you're gonna have to buy the key from Belethor's inventory, and Belethor being Belethor, he's probably gonna rip you off, specifically if you have low speech skill. Being a part of his general inventory, the price is gonna be entirely dependent, like everything else in market, or rather merchant inventory, is gonna be dependent on your speech. So if you, for some reason, have a speech skill of 0, it's gonna cost 5,000 gold for you to buy this place. Not exactly the cheap starter home you may be wanting. Now, if you have 100 speech, that drops the price down just to 2,000. And that's not accounting for any of the other perks you may take along the way in the speech tree. That is just the skill itself. Now, with my character with a speech of 20, the home cost me 4,000 gold, roughly. I think it was a little bit more than that. And again, that's with no other perks in here at all, just that base level of 20 for speech. So you can get that price pretty down low if you do put a lot of points there. Now, as for the interior of the home, much like the outside, it is, as you can see here, very simple. This is, again, a starter home, bare bones starter home, and you only get this one room with, you know, the basic amenities for any up-and-coming adventurer. And yeah, that's really it, that one room. Living room, bedroom, kitchen, technically, all in the one thing. Now, as for the exterior, I mean, it's just a pretty simple little cottage that we see numerous ones of these around the world. It's just a pretty simple design, but, you know, functional, built right against the wall here at this portion of the town. So let's take a little bit closer of a look on the inside of the Signet Cottage. Won't take us too long, because again, tiny little home, but once more, starter home. And we'll start on the right-hand side and just kind of move our way around, the, I guess starting in the middle with a lovely cooking spit for all of your cooking needs in the game. Of course, you have a bed over here and a small sleeping bag for any companions you have along with you. We do have some storage in the form of this end table here, this dresser right here, as well as a shrine to Kinnereth, if you are so inclined. And for more storage space, we've got a larger chest right here. We also do have a strong box, a large amount of just entirely ungrabbable decorative objects, which I'm always torn on. I like the look because, you know, it looks good, it's decorated nicely, and you don't have to worry about accidentally busting everything about with physics. But at the same time, I would like to grab this bow. But yes, all the objects in this place, whether it's the bow, the book right here, or any of the objects on this shelf, they are just purely there for decoration. They are static objects. Barring one thing on this particular shelf, my favorite part about this entire home, a mead barrel. Interact with it and boom, you get 5 Nord mead added to your inventory. And who doesn't love a lovely glass of mead? It's wonderful. Now, as for the rest of the little home here, you got a table with 2 chairs, and again, just a lot of nice decorative objects on top of this table that you cannot interact with. So you've got, you know, all the basics. You've got yourself some storage, you've got cooking facilities, you've got a bed, a lot of lovely decorations on the wall and on the floor, etc. And most importantly of all, a mead barrel. It makes me happy. I love it. So yes, it's just a very simple little starter home that I quite enjoy. We've looked at some other player homes in this series, and most of them, of course, have been, you know, the larger things like that lovely keep that I do so adore and usually do my mod episodes at. But there's also been others, including other small cottages, but it always felt a bit weird to me for a lot of those and a lot of other housing mods that are out there that you just find them or get a key from someone for doing nothing. I at least like that this has a lore reason and a means of purchasing the home, so it doesn't feel quite so cheaty. I always hate when things are just handed to me on a silver platter. It makes you feel like you didn't earn it. So this is just a lovely, good little place for you to start your adventure in. Sure, it might cost you a little bit more than you'd hope with Belethor ripping you off, but hey, if you got the speech skill, you can probably get that down to a very affordable price and have yourself a home, not just in Whiterun, but in the Cloudtop District. Good times there. So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description. As per usual there, my friends, but that is going to be it for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed and you do come back for whatever is next. But until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one.